A picture is worth 1,000 words. But what if those words conceal hidden secrets and untold mysteries that elude even the sharpest eyes? Throughout history, moments have been frozen in time, captivating images that defy explanation, leaving us yearning to know the stories lurking behind the scenes. What whispers do these pictures hold? What enigmas are they trying to convey? From the so-called modern time traveler captured in 1941 to the perplexing suicide bridge for dogs, here are 20 photos that even the most astute scientists cannot explain. Trust me, by the end, you'll be echoing the very mysteries these photos bear. So, sit back and enjoy the video. Number 20. The Babushka Lady. The assassination of President John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Texas in 1963 remains one of the most significant and dissected events of the 20th century. And within the countless photos, films, and eyewitness accounts of that day, few enigmas stand out as much as the Babushka Lady. Amid the pandemonium of Dealey Plaza, when shots fired, one figure remained surprisingly calm, a woman, distinctively wearing an old-fashioned scarf reminiscent of Russian babushkas. Unlike others who dived for cover or shielded their children, she stood firmly, seemingly holding a camera, capturing the unfolding tragedy. Considering her proximity to the event and her unique perspective, one would assume her footage would be invaluable. However, this is where the mystery deepens. Despite the urgency of the investigation and the fact that numerous photographs and films from the scene have been catalogued, the Babushka Lady's film has never been found. Who was this mysterious woman? Why didn't she come forward? Why, despite several women claiming to be her, has her true identity never been confirmed? Some argue she was a government agent. Others suggest she might have been a Russian spy, while some even assert that she was an entity from another dimension. Each theory is more bewildering than the next. The Babushka Lady, with her calm demeanor amidst chaos, challenges our understanding of that tragic day, making us question if we truly know the whole story. Number 19. The Time-Traveling Hipster. As historians and enthusiasts often dig through archives of old photos, occasionally an anomaly appears that defies explanation. Such is the case with a seemingly innocent photo from 1941 at the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in Canada. At first glance, it's a typical celebratory scene. But as you scan through the crowd, one man stands out dramatically. Dressed in what appears to be modern clothing, this man, quickly dubbed the Time-Traveling Hipster, seems to be an anachronism. He dons sunglasses that appear decades ahead of their time, a printed t-shirt unlike the attire of any other attendee, and holds a camera that by all accounts seems far too compact for the era. The internet went abuzz with theories. Was this evidence of time travel? Did someone with knowledge of the future travel back to the 1940s? If so, why? To witness a simple bridge reopening? Others propose that perhaps this man was just ahead of his time, a forward-thinking individual who didn't conform to the fashion norms of the day. Skeptics dissected the image, pointing out that all the items he wore were, albeit rare, available in 1941. But if that's the case, how did he manage to combine them in such a distinctly 21st century manner? The time-traveling hipster photo serves as a reminder that history, as concrete as it may seem, often contains mysteries that challenge our perception. This one photo, out of countless in our historical archives, continues to captivate and puzzle, beckoning us to ask questions about the nature of time, reality, and our place within it. Number 18. The ghost pilot of HMS Daedalus. During World War II, a squadron of the Fleet Air Arm was stationed at the HMS Daedalus, a Royal Naval air station. In 1943, a group photo was taken of the squadron. But when it was developed, an unexpected face appeared behind one of the airmen. The face was identified as an air mechanic named Freddie Jackson, who had been accidentally killed by an airplane propeller 2 days before the photo was taken. On the day of the photograph, the squadron was attending Jackson's funeral. The photograph is bone-chilling, showing Freddie's face peering over the shoulder of a fellow serviceman, as if he were unaware of his recent demise and was joining his mates for one last group photo. The story and the photograph have been a subject of much debate. The negative was checked for tampering and found to be authentic. Many believe that it's a testament to the strong bond of the squadron, that even in death, a member wanted to be remembered alongside his comrades. Others speculate about more mundane explanations, but the eerie presence of Freddie Jackson in a photograph taken after his death remains a profound mystery. Number 17. The Hessdalen Lights.
Å, fy fader! Jeg filmer det, jeg har det på tape!
Hessdalen, a tranquil valley in Norway, hides an electrifying secret. For anyone who's ventured there after sundown, the nighttime skies transform into a spectacle. Known as the Hessdalen Lights, this aerial light show has baffled onlookers for years. These aren't your typical stars or aircraft lights. Instead, they are glowing orbs, usually in hues of white or yellow, that float, dart, or just hang suspended above the valley floor.
Å, fy fader! Jeg filmer det! Jeg har det på tape! Jeg har det her! Å, dæven!
Hva ser regnbuen?
Sometimes, they stretch into elongated shapes, zipping around with a speed and agility that's astonishing. These lights made their mark in the early 1980s. Locals and visitors couldn't help but notice them. Imagine looking up and seeing these lights not just once a month or once a week, but 10-20 times in a single week. It wasn't just a fleeting event. Hessdalen was putting on a consistent light performance. And, as you'd expect with anything this strange, the theories started pouring in. Scientists from various fields jumped in to crack the puzzle. Could it be ionized iron dust causing these lights? Or perhaps mirages produced by metallic rocks in the valley? The explanations were creative and varied, but none seemed to fit just right. Every theory had its holes, its inconsistency. Recognizing the need for a deeper investigation, in 1998, a dedicated initiative named Project Hessdalen was launched. Armed with advanced equipment and a thirst for answers, researchers camped, observed, and documented. The result? Stunning photographs capturing the lights in their full glory, but no definitive explanation. Today, the Hessdalen Lights continue to be a magnet, drawing in scientists, curious visitors, and those simply seeking a brush with the mysterious. These lights, with their silent dance, seem to pose a question, teasing and challenging us. How much do we really know about our own planet? Number 16, the Solway Firth spaceman. In 1964, the serene landscapes of Cumbria, England, became the epicenter of a photographic mystery. Jim Templeton, a local firefighter, had anticipated a tranquil day at Berg Marsh. His intention was simple, to capture memories of his young daughter, enjoying herself in her brand new dress. The day was as ordinary as any, with nothing amiss. Yet, when he reviewed the developed pictures, the ordinary turned extraordinary. Among the innocent photos of his daughter, one stood out glaringly. Behind the blissfully unaware child stood a figure, stark and anomalous, clad in a white suit, with an uncanny resemblance to an astronaut's outfit. This figure didn't belong in the setting of Cumbria. Understandably, Templeton was shaken. His memory was clear. They had been alone that day. Quickly, the image, christened as the Solway Firth spaceman, ignited imaginations and debates worldwide. With its contrasting elements, the innocence of a child and the inexplicable spaceman, it became a symbol of the enigmatic. Templeton, desperate for answers, reached out to various authorities. The police were as baffled as he was. Kodak, the renowned photographic company, confirmed the photo's authenticity and even put out a statement saying that the negative had not been tampered with. Speculations ran wild. Extraterrestrial enthusiasts saw it as proof of otherworldly visitations. Some whispered about time travel, suggesting that the spaceman might be a visitor from the future. Others ventured into the territory of parallel universes. The story grew so significant that two mysterious men in black, akin to figures from conspiracy theories, allegedly visited Templeton, probing for details. As years turned into decades, skeptics dissected the photograph. A common theory emerged, suggesting that the so-called spaceman was perhaps Templeton's wife, unintentionally caught in the frame. The overexposure of film, they argued, might have rendered her light blue dress as white, giving the illusion of the spaceman. Templeton, however, dismissed this theory. Today, the Solway Firth spaceman photograph occupies a revered place in the annals of unexplained phenomena. It serves as a reminder that, no matter how advanced we become, there are still mysteries out there, just waiting to be discovered. Whether a visitor from another world, a quirk of photography, or something else entirely, the spaceman of Solway Firth challenges our understanding, reminding us that there's always more to learn and explore. Number 15. The Nazca Lines from above. In a world accustomed to zooming into satellite images with a few taps on a touchscreen, the concept of viewing from above might seem commonplace. But let's journey back, far before the age of drones and digital maps, to the arid expanses of southern Peru. where an ancient civilization dreamed of the skies. The Nazca Desert, spanning approximately 1,000 square kilometers of sun-scorched land, serves as a vast canvas of sand and stone that cradles one of humanity's profound mysteries. The Nazca Lines, crafted meticulously between 500 before the Common Era and 500 Common Era. These creations are far from mere sketches on the Earth's surface. They are elaborate geoglyphs, etched with purpose, representing an array of beings, like the majestic hummingbird with its wings outstretched to over 90 meters, the intricate spider with legs that span large swaths of land, and myriad other mystifying shapes, some of which defy easy categorization or explanation. These monumental designs, with some stretching across vast distances and covering areas as large as football fields, reveal their true magic when viewed from the heavens. Their breathtaking beauty, complexity, and sheer scale become astoundingly evident only from an aerial vantage point. In an era when humans remained bound to the ground, it leads us to wonder, for whom or what did the Nazca people create this mesmerizing aerial gallery? Picture the ancient scene. Nazcans meticulously clearing the desert floor, revealing the contrasting colors beneath, producing not just rudimentary lines, but vast, detailed artworks. These drawings are so immense that their full magnificence is masked at ground level. But from the heavens, they metamorphose into clear, awe-inspiring symbols. So, what drove the Nazca people to create art on such an expansive canvas, especially when they couldn't soar in the skies to appreciate it? Was it a message for the gods, an astronomical guide, or perhaps a communal effort binding their society? Modern marvels like AI breathe new life into these ancient enigmas. Recent studies, aided by artificial intelligence, have unveiled even more shapes and patterns in the Nazca region. It seems the desert still has secrets to share, whispering tales from ages past. While today's tools allow us to explore these lines virtually, nothing rivals the experience of soaring over the Nazca Desert, observing these age-old mysteries unravel below. They stand as a testament to human ingenuity, bridging epochs and prompting us to ponder the legacies we're crafting for the epochs to come. Number 14. The Tank Man of Tiananmen Square. The image of a single man, clutching what appears to be shopping bags, defiantly standing in front of a line of advancing tanks, remains one of the most impressive images of the 20th century. It was June 5, 1989, a day after the Chinese government's violent crackdown on the Tiananmen Square protests. The world watched in shock as this unidentified man, known only as the Tank Man, became a symbol of resistance and bravery. This lone man just stood there, right in front of a moving tank. And what did he do? He didn't move. He just stood there, fearless, like he was telling them, "You can't push us around." This guy, whoever he was, became an icon of courage and the spirit to stand up against something so much bigger. Now, the background to all this was pretty intense. People had been gathering, calling for democracy and wanting the ruling Communist Party to step down. But the government wasn't having any of it. The response was violent and deadly, with estimates of the death toll ranging from hundreds to thousands. But back to our Tank Man. Who was he? After that epic standoff, he just disappeared. The man's identity and fate remain unknown. Over the years, there have been various speculations and theories. Some say he was caught and, well, things didn't end well for him. Others think he managed to get away and is maybe still out there, living a quiet life. But what's sure is that his bold move in front of that tank became a beacon of hope. It's a testament that one person can make a stand, even when faced with seemingly unbeatable odds. And that picture? It's proof that sometimes the spirit of a single person can inspire millions. Number 13, the Hook Island Sea Monster. Back in 1964, something incredibly bizarre popped up at Hook Island in Queensland, Australia. Imagine lounging around with family on a beach vacation and then spotting something huge and unfamiliar in the water. That's exactly what happened to Robert LeSarec and his family. They were just trying to have a good time when they saw this creature that looked eerily like a massive tadpole. We're not just talking big. This thing was estimated to be over 30 feet long. Now, Robert was a quick thinker. He grabbed his camera and started snapping photos, making sure he got evidence of what they were seeing. He even took a daring dive to get some footage from underwater. But, as you can imagine, once these photos got out into the world, they caused quite a stir. There was a lot of chatter. Some folks were skeptical, brushing it off saying it's probably just some plastic or trash floating about. But others, they were convinced this might be a creature, maybe a new kind of sea monster that's been hiding in the depths. You see, even in our modern age, the vast ocean has its mysteries, and the Hook Island incident is a testament to that. This creature, whatever it was, became a symbol of the ocean's secrets and how much we've yet to discover. Today, the real story behind the Hook Island sea monster is still shrouded in mystery. Some believe it's an elaborate hoax, while others are sure it's a testament to the wonders of the deep. Either way, it's a tale that adds another layer to the ocean's allure, making us ponder what other enigmas lie beneath its waves. Number 12, the Patterson-Gimlin Bigfoot film. The dense forests of the Pacific Northwest in the United States are often linked with sightings of a legendary creature, Bigfoot. Though hundreds claim to have seen this elusive being, most evidence is anecdotal or easily debunked. That is until Roger Patterson and Robert Gimlin entered the scene in 1967. Armed with a 16mm camera while on a horseback ride in California's Six Rivers National Forest, they filmed what remains the most iconic footage purporting to show Bigfoot. In the grainy film, a large, hairy, bipedal creature is seen striding beside a riverbed, giving a fleeting glance towards the camera before disappearing into the woods. Skeptics were quick to cry hoax. The creature's human-like gait, the conveniently short length of the footage, only 59.5 seconds, and its clear focus in an impromptu capture raised eyebrows. Many believe it's a man in a gorilla suit. However, Patterson and Gimlin staunchly defended its authenticity until Patterson's death in 1972. Gimlin, surviving the onslaught of both believers and skeptics, maintains the truth of their encounter even today. Over the decades, the footage has been examined and re-examined by experts from various fields. Biomechanics professionals have pointed out the creature's non-human stride and muscle movement. Costume designers from Hollywood have marveled at how advanced the suit would have to be, especially for the 60s. The film remains a linchpin in Bigfoot lore, blurring the line between belief and skepticism. Whether genuine evidence or a masterful hoax, the Patterson-Gimlin footage is an enduring testament to our fascination with the unknown. Number 11, the Worstead Church Ghost. Picture this. The quaint English village of Worstead, Norfolk in the mid-70s. Cobblestone streets, old Tudor-style houses, and the heart of the village, St. Mary's Church. A historical gem dating back centuries. It's the sort of place that naturally attracts tourists, like Diane and Peter Berthelot in 1975. Visiting this church was supposed to be a typical stop on their journey, a place to soak in some history and maybe light a candle. Little did they know that this visit would turn their understanding of the world upside down. Diane, feeling a bit weary from the trip, took a moment to sit down on one of the church's pews. Peter, seeing his wife in a quiet moment of reflection, decided it was a picturesque moment worth capturing. He took out his camera, aimed, and clicked. A simple, sweet memory preserved, or so they thought. When they developed the photos, among the scenic pictures, one stood out. There, right behind Diane, was a ghostly apparition, ethereal, and wearing what seemed like old-world clothing. The figure looked peaceful, almost protective. Taking the photo back to the village, they were met with gasps of recognition. It was the White Lady, a benevolent spirit of a healer who had lived in Worstead centuries ago. She had pledged to continue watching over the village even in death. Although skeptics have tried to explain away the photo as a trick of light or a flaw in the film development, none can account for the clarity and detail of the spectral figure. The photo remains an unsolved enigma, an intersection of history, belief, and the inexplicable. Number 10, the Skunk Ape. The Florida Everglades, a sprawling, waterlogged wilderness that holds as many secrets as it does alligators. Among the whispered tales of strange occurrences and creatures, one stands out, not just because of its oddity, but also its distinct foul smell, the skunk ape. Imagine being a resident of Florida in the year 2000 and hearing whispers of a creature, supposedly a cousin of Bigfoot, lurking in your backyard. But these weren't just rumors. A local woman had evidence. She sent 2 photos to the police, claiming this hairy creature was sneaking into her backyard at night, helping itself to her apples. The photos she shared weren't grainy or unclear. They depicted a massive, hair-covered creature, peering eerily through the grasses, eyes focused and alert. The public was both fascinated and terrified. Was this the legendary skunk ape, or perhaps an escaped primate? But none of the known primates fit the creature's description. Moreover, the lore of the skunk ape was too detailed, too specific to the Everglades region. The indigenous tribes of the area even had tales of such a creature, long before any photograph emerged. The identity of the mysterious photographer remains unknown. To this day, with advancements in image analysis, no one has definitively proven the photos to be a hoax. The skunk ape remains a lingering question in the minds of those who dare to venture into the Florida swamps, reminding us that nature still has mysteries we might never solve. Number 9, the Falcon Lake UFO incident. The Falcon Lake incident isn't just another blurry UFO picture. It is an audacious tale that involves unexplained injuries, radioactive evidence, and governmental intrigue. Canada, 1967. The beautiful woods of Falcon Lake in Manitoba are a haven for amateur geologists and nature lovers. Stefan Michalak, an industrial mechanic and part-time prospector, was combing the area for quartz on a typical May day. What started as a serene venture into nature became a science fiction nightmare when Michalak noticed two descending objects in the sky. One of the objects landed near him, and curious, Michalak decided to approach. Through the seamless door of the craft, he saw an array of bright lights and heard muffled voices. Thinking it might be a secretive American military experiment, he called out to the voices. There was no response. Moments later, the craft began to rotate, spewing hot gas that left Michalak with severe burns. The evidence? A charred glove and a shirt with a peculiar burn pattern. Doctors and authorities were at a loss to explain the burn's grid-like pattern. But it didn't stop there. The site where Michalak had his encounter exhibited strange radioactive properties that puzzled scientists. The Canadian government's official stance? Unexplained. Photographs of Michalak's injuries and the site have become the stuff of legend. They don't just show blurry lights in the sky, but rather, they document the tangible physical aftermath of a close encounter. Number 8. The mysterious case of the time-traveling cell phone. One of the more contemporary debates about anachronistic items in photographs revolves around a clip from 1938 that reportedly shows a woman speaking into a device that looks eerily like a modern cell phone. The clip surfaced from a DVD of the premiere of Charlie Chaplin's film The Circus at Grauman's Chinese Theater in 1938. It's a brief shot of a woman walking by, holding up an object to her ear, seemingly engrossed in conversation. The black and white footage has been scrutinized extensively, with some viewers convinced that the woman is holding a cell phone decades before they were invented. Skeptics, meanwhile, have proposed various theories. Perhaps she's using a hearing aid device, which were bulkier and more noticeable in that era, or maybe she's shielding her face from the sun or cameras. However, several factors make this theory puzzling. For one, the device seems to fit the hand's curvature quite well, much like modern mobile devices. Moreover, the woman's posture and behavior, talking into it as one would on a phone call, seems far too familiar to today's globalized culture, making the footage unsettling for many who've seen it. Debate over this footage reached such a fever pitch that it even spawned documentaries and extensive video analyses. However, without more concrete evidence or a clearer version of the film, the mystery remains. Is it a time traveler captured on old film? A simple case of misidentification? Or a hoax designed to confound and amuse? Whatever the case, this photograph remains one of the most debated and analyzed pieces of evidence for time travel in popular culture. Number 7. The Relic of Bir Hooker. In 1985, Swiss archaeologist Gregor Spory ventured into the mysterious landscapes of Egypt, only to encounter an enigma that would defy traditional historical understanding. While immersing himself in the region's rich history, Spory met an old grave robber with a peculiar artifact, a mummified finger, an astounding 15 inches long. If this finger belonged to a human, its owner would have stood at a towering 12 feet. The implications were staggering. Did giants once roam the ancient Egyptian lands, perhaps even aiding in the construction of the iconic pyramids? Or was this just an elaborate ruse by a crafty grave robber seeking fame or fortune? The photograph of this colossal find soon graced the pages of reputable European newspapers. While this added credibility to Spory's discovery, skeptics remained. The finger's authenticity was hotly debated, yet no one could definitively debunk it. However, the broader archaeological record seemed to contradict this find. Despite extensive excavations, no other giant remains have surfaced in Egypt. Was the finger an isolated oddity, or evidence of a concealed chapter in history? Conspiracy theories flourished, from tales of giant-assisted pyramid building to alien visitors of immense stature. Yet, with limited evidence, these stories remained in the realm of speculation. To this day, the Egyptian giant finger stands as a testament to the enduring mysteries of the past. Whether a genuine relic or a masterful hoax, it serves as a compelling reminder of the unknown wonders that history still holds, urging us to keep questioning and exploring. Number 6. The mysterious hovering monk. A photograph capturing the serene beauty of Newby Church in Yorkshire, UK, would have been just another quaint picture had it not been for a chilling detail. Captured within the image is the ghostly apparition of what appears to be a 9-foot-tall monk with a grotesque face, hovering near the altar. The Reverend K.F. Lord, who took the photo, claimed he saw nothing unusual when he captured the shot. But upon developing the film, the ethereal figure, cloaked in a cowl, presented itself. Experts have extensively studied the photograph, concluding that the chances of it being a double exposure or a result of tampering are slim. Historical records did point towards a 16th century monk who might fit the bill. It's said that he was executed for his illicit activities, perhaps hinting at why his soul might be in unrest. However, no stories of hauntings or ghostly sightings had ever been associated with the church before the photograph was taken. Over the years, skeptics have attempted to debunk the image, suggesting potential manipulation techniques of the era or the possibility of a well-placed statue. Yet, without concrete proof to invalidate Reverend Lord's mysterious snapshot, the hovering monk remains an eerie, unsolved enigma in the annals of photographic mysteries. Number 5. The disconcerting gathering at Dyatlov Pass. Deep in the Ural Mountains of Russia lies a chilling mystery forever frozen in the annals of history. The Dyatlov Pass incident of 1959 remains one of the most disturbing and talked about unsolved mysteries to this day. It involves 9 experienced hikers who met an inexplicable and grim fate. Their deaths have been the subject of speculations ranging from secret government experiments to extraterrestrial encounters. A photograph from one of the hikers' cameras heightened the mystery. This black and white image portrays blurry figures standing at a distance in the snowy landscape, looking towards the camera with no apparent tracks in the snow leading to or from them. The unsettling part? These figures don't resemble any of the hikers. With the camera's flash illuminating the night, their eyes seem to glow faintly, giving an eerie aura to the photograph. Researchers have often deliberated on who these mysterious figures were. Were they secret government agents, indigenous people of the region, or something far more supernatural? Igor Dyatlov, the group's leader, had maintained a journal, and his last entry, dated the day before they all died, read, "Now we know the snowmen exist." Could he have been referencing these figures? Or was it an offhand comment about creating snow sculptures? The official investigation at the time concluded that an unknown compelling force had caused the hikers' deaths. Yet the photograph with the eerie figures in the snow, alongside other oddities like missing tongues and unexplained injuries on the hikers, keeps the incident wrapped in layers of speculation and supernatural theories. The Dyatlov Pass incident, bolstered by this haunting photograph, remains an enigmatic chapter in history, waiting for an explanation that might never come. Number 4. The ghostly faces of Belmez. 1971. In the quaint Spanish village of Belmez, Maria Gomez Pereira noticed something rather disturbing on her kitchen floor. A stain began evolving, contouring itself into the unmistakable shape of a face. Disturbed, her husband and son took a pickaxe to the floor, destroying the eerie visage, only for another one to emerge soon after. As word spread, more and more faces started appearing, each with its distinct expression. A photograph taken during the height of this phenomenon showcases multiple faces, overlapping, with haunting expressions ranging from screams to solemn contemplation. What's captivating is the detail and clarity of these images. Skeptics believed it was a clever ruse, but tests run on the photographs showed no signs of painting or chemicals causing these visages. Several theories have been put forth. Geological shifts causing patterns, local pranksters, even the buried remains from an old graveyard once located on the site. But none fully explain the haunting precision and emotion encapsulated in those faces. While many in the scientific community remain skeptical, believing it might be an orchestrated or subconscious act by Maria herself or other town residents, the photos still circulate in paranormal circles as some of the most compelling evidence of a world beyond our own. The ghostly faces of Belmez remain one of the most chilling yet engrossing unsolved mysteries to emerge from photographic history. Number 3. the Lady of Raynham Hall. In 1936, the country estate of Raynham Hall in Norfolk, England, became the epicenter of a paranormal debate. A photographer from Country Life magazine was taking photographs of the grand staircase when he and his assistant witnessed a vaporous form slowly descending the stairs. The resulting photograph showed what appeared to be a ghostly figure, draped in a flowing robe with an eerily serene face. This spectral apparition became widely known as the Brown Lady, believed to be the ghost of Lady Dorothy Walpole, the sister of Britain's first Prime Minister, Sir Robert Walpole. The legends say she was locked in her rooms by her jealous husband after he discovered her affair and died under mysterious circumstances. Her restless spirit has supposedly haunted Raynham Hall since her death in 1726. This photograph has become one of the most famous and well-documented ghost photos ever taken. Skeptics and believers have debated its authenticity, with some suggesting double exposure or light leaks as possible explanations. Yet many who've seen the photo, combined with eyewitness accounts of Lady Dorothy's haunting, remain convinced of its supernatural nature. Number 2. The Enigma of the Overtoun Bridge. Overtoun Bridge, located near Dumbarton in Scotland, might seem like an ordinary picturesque stone bridge from a distance. However, its reputation suggests otherwise. In a photograph from 1960, a seemingly ordinary scene captures a man and his dog walking along the pathway. Yet the history of this bridge and the tales behind it are what truly give this picture its haunting quality. The bridge has been the site of numerous unexplained canine suicides since the 1950s. Dogs, for reasons unknown, seem inexplicably drawn to leap off the bridge, plunging to their deaths. Despite investigations and studies, no one has been able to conclusively pinpoint why this happens. Factors like mink scent marking, which might lure dogs with their strong sense of smell, have been explored but don't offer a conclusive answer. When you take a closer look at the 1960 photograph, you can feel the weight of the bridge's tragic history. The man in the image appears unaware of the bridge's grim reputation, yet there's an eerie stillness to the picture. Some who've analyzed the photograph mention a faint, almost ghostly silhouette in the distance, though it's tough to definitively say whether it's a trick of the light or something more supernatural. The Overtoun Bridge mystery remains unsolved. Theories range from acoustic peculiarities to supernatural entities. But one thing's certain, the photograph taken that day in 1960 immortalizes the chilling aura of a place where man's best friend meets an inexplicable fate. Number 1. The Isolator by Hugo Gernsbeck. In today's world filled with phones, tablets, and all sorts of tech, most of us wish we could just focus without interruptions. Every time our phone beeps or our computer buzzes, it's another distraction. This isn't a new problem, though. People from long ago also wanted ways to keep focused. Back in the 1920s, a man named Hugo Gernsbeck came up with a special helmet called the Isolator. When you put it on, it covered your whole head. There was just a tiny window to see out of. This design ensured that you could really concentrate on your work without getting sidetracked. But there was one potential problem. How would you breathe? Hugo had a solution. He connected the helmet to an oxygen capsule, ensuring wearers always had a fresh supply of air while being completely enclosed in the helmet. Today, we have things like noise-canceling headphones to block out sounds. We even have apps that help us stay on task. But the Isolator, it was like putting on a whole bubble to keep the world out. And here's something to ponder. If it weren't for the pictures we have of the Isolator, many might doubt it ever existed. It's just that extraordinary. Though it might look funny to us now, it serves as a reminder. Throughout history, people have gone to great lengths to find ways to work or think without interruptions. The Isolator highlights that age-old quest, proving that seeking a quiet space to focus has always been a shared goal.